Yeah. Excuse the noise in the background. I've got my fan on. It's pretty warm in here. Yeah, you know what I mean. Basically, I just want to talk about like a bunch of random games and whatnot. Though I got like a small stack of them just laid against my foot. Yeah, I know that's pretty lovely, isn't it? But anyway, first one I got here is Brothers in Arms: Hell's Highway, and the funny story I have with this one is I actually used to play this like when I was younger, like about 9 or 10. I know. It's pretty naughty of me, isn't it? But I mean, who cares, right? I mean, it's just a first person shooter. I mean, it's not like I'm going to get into trouble for playing a game when I'm like 9 or 10 or whatever. I mean, who cares, right? Although, would you looky here, Ubisoft made this. And yes, they did used to make the series, but unfortunately, they no longer make this series anymore because they're too busy milking the Assassin's Creed franchise, and I don't care about Assassin's Creed, like, at all. Like, I'm being serious. I absolutely can't stand Assassin's Creed. If you were to, like, explain anything about it, I would just be like, get away from me, you absolute whore. Because, I mean, I can't like everything. I'm the ultimate gaming dude, but I can't like everything that I play. So, I don't give a damn, and that's all I can say. Anyway, I used to play this when I was younger, as I just said, so yeah, I only picked it up recently because I actually quite like this game, so yeah, I might actually give it a... Oh, you just saw the games that... Brothers in Arms, Road to Hill 30. Yeah, just another Brothers in Arms game, but yeah, obviously, as you can see, it's on the Wii, because I just figured that it'd be nice to have a bit of variety, even though a lot of people don't play first-person shooters on the Wii, but I definitely think that could be like a good alternative. You use the Wiimote to like point at the screen and just mimic the action of using a gun. I think that's pretty clever, that actually. And you also use like the nunchuck to reload and stuff like that. The same thing with Call of Duty and stuff like that, though. Particularly with the Modern Warfare Reflex Edition, and I've got that too, so yeah. I guess you could say that I'm one of the more violent Wii players. But enough of me boasting like that. We got something a bit more light-hearted. Sheep, Dog and Wolf. I actually did a playthrough of this game like a few months ago on my backup channel, just in case, something bad did happen to this channel, so, yeah, there you go. It's quite a quirky stealth game, actually. It's a Looney Tunes stealth game where you take control of wealth, and you basically get into all sorts of crazy shenanigans where you have to steal a sheep from Sam the dog, using various, like, gadgets and inventions and gizmos and stuff like that. Yeah, but it's quite a good game, actually. I'd probably even go as far as to say that it's one of my favourite PS1 games, actually. I highly recommend it if you can try and find it at a cheap price, even though Looney Tunes games on the PS1 aren't that easy to find now, actually, because of the, the rarity and the quality and stuff like that. And, do you want to know who's the world's deadliest assassin? Why, Hitman. Agent 47, of course. Yeah, I only picked this up just because of the fact that I'm having to do like a playthrough of this game on my backup channel, just like I did with Sheepdog and Wolf. But obviously this is going to be a lot more mature and adult, so that's why I also bought it. Yeah, I'm actually kind of intrigued on playing this very soon if I can, just because, I just think it'd be nice just to play some more mature games on my backup channel, just like I did with Persona, but, I want to get even more adult, I mean, there's only so long you can play like a 12-peggy game or a 16-peggy game before you just think, maybe it's time I started to play some 18 games and just prove that I'm the manly man who's a man that can be man enough to tackle this manly game. But would you look at that? It's developed by Sumo Digital, the same developers behind the Sonic racing games, Crackdown 3, and, all those other good games that they used to make as well, like Little Big Planet 3 and the more recent Sackboy Big Adventure, so... Oh, and don't forget about Hot Shot Racing. You can't forget about Hot Shot Racing. That game is just beast at, so, yeah. They're a solid development team as far as I'm concerned, and yes, I am aware of the separate entities that they have, like in Sheffield and Normanton and stuff like that. You don't have to type in the comments, I know about that. Oh, and we got Spore Hero? They made a game about Spore on the Wii? Huh. It used to be like an old PC game where you can just like create your own characters, really. Yeah, old PC games were just so much better than new PC games, so, yeah. I'm kind of intrigued to try this out at some point. Although one thing that put me off though was... Yeah, moving on. Uncharted 4, A Thief's End. Now, this is the only Uncharted game that I've got in my collection, just like I do with Hitman, because, But the difference with this is that I actually played this a few weeks ago at someone else's house, and I actually really, really loved this game. Like, I loved it to bits. Like, the first few chapters, and I honestly just couldn't get off of it. I was hooked. Although at the point where I saw that Crash Bandicoot Easter egg, I was just honestly just delighted. Actually, I really should say that I'm just pretending to be delighted, because I actually saw that reference like around the time when the game was completely relevant, so you did good, Uncharted. You did good. Okay, to tell you the truth, I was originally going to review Garfield on the PS2, but let's just say that my file had a bit of an identity crisis and I just can't be bothered to review that game again at the moment, so this is going to be the game I'm going to tackle instead as a review, so yeah. Just thought I'd give you a quick heads up, so and then there's...
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
Like, come on, bro. That game is, like, totally babyish. Now, if you excuse me, I've got one of the goddesses coming in for a visit, so, peace out, my dogs.
Are you the player?
Why, yes. Yes, I am. I am indeed the ultimate gaming dude.